Hi and welcome to my channel. Thanks for clicking on this video. Today we are going to be making this cute and fun hot cocoa book stack. So stick around and we'll go over what we will need to make this. So first off, I got this book stack. I got it at Hobby Lobby. Also, I got this mug. This I got at a thrift store. So you could go check your thrift stores. A toilet paper roll, just a cardboard box cut out, a rolling pin, some popsicle sticks, ribbon, some puff paint, and I got those candy canes and an ornament also from Hobby Lobby, some different sprinkles of your choosing. You'll need some scissors. I got some chocolate paint and some Mod Podge and some white paint. And then a silicone mold with a bow, some toothpicks, and I have some chalk there to make cheeks, and some resin eyes I get off Amazon, some hot glue. We're also going to need some air dry foam clay. I get the bows off of Amazon. Here's some Yanira. You could get her off Facebook. And here I'm taking some lightweight spackling, and I'm using a big round tip and a small round tip, and those kinds of things you can get at Hobby Lobby. The lightweight spackling I get from Home Depot. So here I'm just hot gluing the toilet paper roll and the cardboard box to the top just so you don't have to fill everything. And here's my cat Pepperoni, who likes to make. She's really enjoyed being there this time and wanted to be on camera. So this I'm using some chocolate paint and some Mod Podge to mix together to give it a hot cocoa look, and putting some spackling, lightweight spackling in there as well, and just mix it all together till it's kind of not too thick, but a good consistency to spread over the cardboard inside your cup. And there I'm adding a little bit more chocolate so it looks darker. And then I'm just pouring it out and spreading it all around the top of the cup, going up to the sides so it's completely covered. And now I'm going to take some air dry foam clay in this color here. I believe it's called cookie dough. And I'm going to make a little gingerbread to go stick out of the hot cocoa cup. One thing I didn't do in the video, which I normally do, is I put glitter on top of the hot cocoa before I put the gingerbread there. So either way you could do it, but just so that way the glitter doesn't get all over the gingerbread, go ahead and do that first. So now I'm just making the body part, and then I'm measuring it up to the cup, and then I decided to cut part of the bottom off because we're just doing the top half of the gingerbread to sit into the hot cocoa. So I'm making the head and the body and just sizing, making the head, holding it up to the body just to see for size-wise of what I like. And then I'm struggling finding my little ball tool I had it out and I don't know what happened to it, so sorry about that, but here's another one. Just a little ball to poke a place to put some resin eyes. And they sell them on Amazon, Etsy, different things, so wherever you want to purchase them from. And then I press down into the clay, and then I'll stick the resin eye into the holes where I marked the eyes. And then I'm going to break apart a toothpick and just adhere the body and the head together. And then I'm going to roll out a little nose using the clay as well. And then I'm using that same ball tool to make an open mouth in the gingerbread. So the mouth is hanging open. And I'm taking this chalk and I'm taking a Q-tip, and we're going to give it some rosy cheeks. And I'm taking the air dry foam white clay, and I'm going to roll out the icing for the top of the gingerbread head. And if your clay is wet, it will adhere to each other. If not, add a little bit of glue. And now I'm sticking the little gingerbread bed, the body and the head, down into the wet hot cocoa mix. Now I'm rolling out 2 balls and try to get them the same size to make little gingerbread arms. So you want them to be about the same size. And then we're going to also do the icing going around each of the arms. So just roll out a snake and then just go in an up and down wavy motion all the way around the tip of the arm. Some people don't do the wavy motion, but that's what I prefer. So whatever is to your liking. And again, my clay is moist, so it's just going to stick to each other, so I don't have to worry. So now I'm taking some super glue, which I get at Dollar Tree, and just putting a little drop, but that one was dried out. So all I have here is tacky glue. So I'm just going to take a toothpick and rub it on the inside of that and adhere it to the body, going on the back side. And I'm going to use some of these candy canes. I'm going to prop one up there, put some glue on it, and then the hot cocoa is wet, so it'll help dry it too. So I'm using both glue and that. And now I'm going to take some air dry foam clay and I'm conditioning it, and I'm going to roll out some marshmallows. So kind of just roll it out in like a little circle, and then until all the cracks are out, and then just kind of roll it out like you're going to snake it, but then stop and put it between your fingers and just roll it around to give it that marshmallow shape. And then just scatter those around the cup, as many as you like. And if you want to do it in random sizes, that's great too. There's no right or wrong. So I'm also adding one for the on top of the gingerbread's head. And I'm going to make a bow for a bow tie for the gingerbread using the silicone mold. And before you put it in there, I would recommend just putting a little bit of oil in it before you put the clay in it, so that way the bow will slip right out. And then I'm just adhering that to underneath the chin on the gingerbread on this chest. And then I'm taking these peppermint candies and I am just scattering them throughout the cup, because it's a peppermint hot cocoa. And I'm going to take white spackling with the small little hole, and I'm just going to go around to the top of the head to give it like a little icing look, and adding some glitter all over. And then putting a peppermint on top. And then we're going to take these little chocolate pieces, and then I'm going to add those into the icing going around the head. And I'm just going to cut off the little rope that was on the book stack, and I'm going to take this ribbon and I'm going to hot glue it on this book stack and just measure it to size, and then cut it, and then put a little bit of hot glue, a little bit on the top and then underneath on the bottom. And then we will also make a little bow. And this is a pretty stiff ribbon, and it's all sparkly, and it looks like candy cane stripes itself, so I thought it was really cute. But you could pick whichever kind of bow that you want and whatever ribbon you like, or leave it the way it was, whatever you choose. And then just size the ribbon up and cut off that, and then hot glue it onto the book stack. And I'm just holding it there for a minute just to let it set. And now we are going to take this chocolate puff paint, and I'm going to do a chocolate drip going all the way around the cup. I always think adding more chocolate is always better. And if you want, you can put sprinkles on your chocolate. I did not, but you can if you want to do that. Feel free. Just get creative and do whatever that you like. So now that we have that, we will set this aside and then we will work on the book stack. I am putting a little toothpick behind the gingerbread just until it dries a little bit and sets because it wants to fall backwards. So now I'm taking spackling with the big round tip and I'm just making like a splat on top, and then I'm going to add glitter, and then I'm going to use Gorilla Glue in the center to help adhere, and super glue to help adhere the cup to the spackling, and then a little bit of hot glue for a quicker time for it to stick. And now I'm going to add some peppermints and some little chocolate things and sprinkles going around the white spackling. I'm going to put a candy cane here and there. These little book stacks you could do in all different ways. They're just fun. I did make another design and I will show you at the very end another way that you could decorate it. So stay tuned for that at the end of the video. Don't miss that. But thank you again so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe so my video gets out to more people. But again, thanks so much for taking time. I hope you like this. Let me know in the comments which book stack that you like better that I did. Which one would you vote for? And let me know if you're going to give this a try. Now in this video, I put a few marshmallows going around in the spackling, but off camera, after it was all done, I decided to add more marshmallows, so it will look different in the picture than it does at the end of the video. I just decided I wanted to add some more marshmallows to it. So check that out. And I also added some more chocolate drip going around the book stack. So it looks a little bit different than what I ended it in this video. Just by after sitting and looking at it, I changed my mind. So you can either have it or leave it. But here I'm putting the marshmallows, again, just rolling them out, pressing it between my fingers and my thumbs until it reaches the shape. And then I was like, oh, to adhere that, then I changed my mind and wiped that off. So just know that you can do that, wipe it off. I took a paintbrush with some water and it cleans it up really nice. So don't worry. Sometimes you change your mind as you go throughout and you see something and you're not liking it so much. But that's all the part of the creative process. So you just kind of go with it. So here I'm just doing the wiping off thing. See, it cleans right up. Real nice, so no problem. So here I'm just going to make some more marshmallows to go in random spots around the cup. And after it dries, then I came back and I put some chocolate drip on top of the marshmallows. I didn't want to do it while it's wet unless there was an air bubble and it would splat, and then it would make it really hard to clean up. So I wait till it dries before I do that part. Oh, I guess I didn't. Sorry about that. I did go ahead and do it. And here's the other book stack that I told you about. So here's two different design ideas for you. Thanks